What if the serial cheater who shattered your marriage still held the family's darkest secret, even after his final breath? Gabe Solis left more than rumors in his wake. A niece's cryptic cry for help, a leaked burner phone recording that never saw daytime TV, and a current husband who swears he's battling a phantom for his wife's heart. It's a tangled love story that only gets stranger the deeper you dig, but none of it makes sense until you know how the fairy tale began. Back in August 2003, fresh-faced Trina Braxton walked down a Georgia aisle toward Air Force vet turned software developer Gabe Solis. To the outside world, they looked like the normal couple in a famous musical dynasty. Between Tony's chart toppers and Tamar's reality TV sass, Trina and Gabe offered balance. Church on Sunday, barbecue on the weekends, 2 boys, and an open door for visiting nephews. Insiders now whisper that Trina's first uneasy feeling came around 2007 when Gabe's phone lit up past midnight with numbers she didn't recognize. She chalked it up to work. Love does that. It blinds you just long enough for a storm to form on the horizon. A midnight buzz that wouldn't quit was only the beginning. By season 2 of Braxton Family Values, cameras rolled as Gabe pulled out cue cards at a family dinner, voice trembling while he read an apology for online friendships that crossed every line. Viewers gasped, ratings spiked. Gabe promised sex addiction therapy, and Trina promised forgiveness, on camera at least. Apologies sound sweet until the receipts hit the internet, and receipts were already stacking up in hidden inboxes that production hadn't touched yet. A week after that televised confession, screenshots of a late-night Skype with trans model Julisa Abad splashed across gossip blogs. Gabe on the marital bed, shirtless, flirting, spilling Braxton family business. He insisted the images were photoshopped, claiming he'd never met Julisa. Tamar rolled her eyes on Twitter, typing simply, "Drama with a capital D." Gabe wasn't done redefining betrayal. He was drafting a new dictionary. Humiliation finally drove Trina to file for divorce in March 2014, then to withdraw the papers 3 months later after Gabe swore therapy was working. Friends begged her to run. Siblings stayed half silent, half snarky. When the second filing stuck in April 2015, Trina privately admitted she feared Gabe would come for my bank account if they split for good. The court papers turned public, and so did the question. Was love worth one more hit to her brand? Just when the ink dried, fresh DM leaks crawled out of the shadows. Between tour rehearsals and cookbook signings, Trina kept defending Gabe. Tamar's catchphrase, "Girl, stop," became meme gold across Black Twitter. Fans couldn't decide if Trina clung to loyalty or trauma. Was she trauma bonded to the chaos, or protecting the father of her sons? Each new scandal rebooted the debate. And then the next generation spoke up, and the silence grew deafening. January 2025, Ashley Braxton, cousin to Trina's boys, posted a 2-part TikTok describing creepy messages she'd received at 16 from my aunt's partner. She never named Gabe, but she liked a comment that did Collider. Internet sleuths went feral. Within days, Collider reported that Ashley's own father, Michael Braxton Jr., threatened legal action to silence her. Producers for the Braxtons reboot smelled ratings gold and pushed for an on-camera sit-down. Trina balked, threatening to walk off set. As the internet reopened old wounds, fate delivered its final blow. Behind the screaming headlines, Gabe fought pancreatic cancer in private. On December 20th, 2018, he died at 43. Trina's Instagram eulogy painted him as friend, co-parent, forever family. Most fans sent prayers. Others reminded her of every tear he'd caused. 6 years later, on a 2024 episode of The Braxtons, Trina's new husband, Von Scales, confessed the grief became a problem because he'd never met anyone best friends with their ex. His words felt less like empathy and more like jealousy Urban Belle magazine. But even death couldn't bury the drama. When the Braxtons reboot debuted in August 2024, camera crews chased 2 plot lines: Tony's Vegas residency and Trina's refusal to relive Gabe's scandals with Ashley on camera. Rumors of unseen footage, hush money text chains, and a possible posthumous lawsuit kept tabloids buzzing. Yet the cameras kept rolling, and 2 new plot twists were brewing that nobody saw coming. Essence magazine leaked audio from Trina and Von's kitchen. Von confessing he once punished Trina for mourning Gabe Atlanta Black Star. He insisted he'd introduced Gabe to top oncologists and never felt envy, until endless grief stalled their own honeymoon stage. IG Live erupted. Some called Von heartless. Others said he voiced what any spouse would feel. How do you compete with a ghost? And why does reality TV cash in on it? Von wasn't the only one trying to rewrite the past. Remember Gabe's televised therapy pledge? Paparazzi photos showed him leaving one Chicago clinic in 2012, then a Miami relapse center in 2014. TMZ alleged a third stint in 2016, unconfirmed. In 2025, a popular legal culture podcast slammed reality shows for glamorizing therapy arcs with no follow-up, calling Gabe's pattern PR spin, sold as redemption. Genuine self-work or convenient excuse? The audience must decide, which brings us to the million-dollar question. When a headline maker dies young, somebody usually tries to monetize the silence, and Gabe Solis' passing was no exception. Within weeks of the December 2018 funeral, an aunt in Texas filed a probate petition claiming Gabe wrote a holographic will, translation, a handwritten note, leaving 2 parcels of San Antonio land to his side of the family. Trina's lawyers challenged the handwriting in court, arguing the will predated the couple's second divorce filing and therefore conflicted with a 2015 property split agreement. While the ink dried on that fight, a boutique LA production company announced The Gabe Tapes, a documentary built around 47 hours of unused Braxton Family Values B-roll that Gabe allegedly kept on a RAID drive. The Solis family greenlit licensing. Braxton sisters threatened litigation. The doc never saw daylight, but rumors say the footage still sits on a server, price tag attached. And just when lawyers thought the assets were sorted, 2 teenagers stepped forward with their own agenda. Eric and Caleb Solis spent most of their teenage years ducking cameras, but in March 2025, they broke the silence on a surprise episode of Red Table Talk. Next generation Eric, now 20, admitted he used to Google Gabe Solis cheating at 3 a.m. just to understand why classmates joked about his dad. Caleb, 17, revealed panic attacks whenever reality show trailers appeared on YouTube. Together, they announced STORM, Sons Turning Out, Rumor-Mongering, a micro-grant initiative funding teen mental health counseling for kids of public figure parents. The brothers also made one request: stop tagging us in the mess. They're not erasing history, just refusing to let it script their future. Wow. Transition into finale. Which raises the final question. If the next generation can rewrite the ending, what do we do with the story we've been binge-watching for 15 years? Gabe Solis was the kind of storm that reshapes a coastline. Passions eroded, secrets exposed, family trees tilted. He lied, loved, apologized, relapsed, hid, and died, leaving behind 2 boys, a grieving ex-wife, and more unanswered questions than any TV season could solve. So was Gabe the Braxtons' greatest villain, or their most convenient scapegoat? Scroll down, drop your take, and if you've got receipts, you already know the comment section is wide open. Smash that, like if you're still here, because something tells me the next chapter of this story hasn't even leaked yet. Stick around, our next upload dives into a different celeb cheating ring that makes this one look tame. Trust me, you won't see that plot twist coming.